Hello, Herbalifers. It's Senior Executive President's Team Member Michael Burton coming to you with about 36 hours or so, somewhere in there, left in the month of December, our business month anyway, obviously, which ends on Tuesday, January the 3rd at midnight Pacific time. So I just wanted to send out this little video just to give you guys a little bit of clarity here. I mean, your coaches and your mentors and your upline, I'm sure, have already been working with you guys on closing out the month and all that. So certainly anything that I say would defer to what your coach and your upline and your sponsor and mentors have already shared with you. But just a few helpful hints and some things to pay attention to, and a little bit of call to action for yourself as you're winding down this last 36 hours to maximize it, because obviously we know why. We want everything to be in place to set up the most amazing January that the company's ever experienced, first of all, and then certainly that we've ever experienced in our own individual businesses. And it does, a lot of that stems on what we do right now over the next 36 hours, how we close out the month of December, the people that we help get qualified for new positions to make sure they're in the best place to maximize in January, New Year's resolutions and all that stuff, which, by the way, doesn't stop in January. It goes on strongly through the entire first quarter. So couple points. Make sure, again, you're crystal clear on the promotions right now. All the things that we have for the January spectaculars, right? The VIP seating, the special dinner before the pajama party, right? We got the 20K dinner, we got the 25 VIP seating, and then the 30K qualification as well. That's all accumulative over the last 3 months, right? October, November, and December, and no month less than 2,500 volume points during that period. And then your volume adding up to 20, 25, or 30. So I encourage you guys to really take a serious look. Make sure you know exactly where you're at. Have you added up all of your volume? And then you leaders, have you added up the volume of your key players? Because some of those guys might not even be present, that they're on 16,000 points or 18,000 or wherever leading up here to qualify for the special dinner before the pajama party at the spectaculars around the United States and Canada coming up here in January. Or maybe they're close to VIP seating or whatever. So you would like to think that everyone is on top of that, but they're not. They're working their business. They're working with new customers, and sometimes that stuff gets pushed a little bit to the background, and so they're not really clear or currently present, that is, to where they are in the qualifications. So make sure each of you know where you're at in your points, and that you've worked with your team, and each of those guys know where they're at in all the qualifications, what they need to have happen over the next 36 hours to get to the next level in the qualifications. If they already got the 20K done, then they need to be, what can they do in the next 36 hours to get to 25? If they're already at the 25,000 accumulative over, what do they need to do to get to the 30? We don't want anybody resting. So, oh, it's all great. I've already got where I'm trying to get to, and you know, the next 36 hours we'll just chill because I've already hit the special dinner before the pajama party. I mean, hey, go on. Let's go get the VIP seating so you're setting up front, right? Go for always stretching, always going for just a little bit more for the next level. So that's the one reason there for sure. And then let's talk about the December promotions. And I really want to speak to everybody watching this video. If you are not a person that consistently does 3,000, no problem. But I'm telling you guys, this month, you have to do what it takes to get the first cut of the 3,000 volume points. To get the special $5 billion Mark Hughes commemorative medallion, right? And it's 3 months qualification at 3,000. I talked about this on the previous video a week ago, but I want to make sure you guys are really present to where you're at. Are you at 2,200? Are you at 2,600? 2,800. What has to happen in the next 36 hours to make sure you don't look back in January or February and going, wow, I wish I would have just stretched a little bit and got that 3,000 done and put myself at least in a position to go for it in January and February. If you miss this month, it's done. It's over with. That's it. You can't hit the 3-month qualification. So this is a month that you cannot miss hitting the 3,000. And you will be nauseated. I mean, that's an absolute promise for me, and I'm sure your coaches and sponsors and upline will tell you the same thing. If you miss out on this opportunity to get the commemorative medallion, this $5 billion, it's only going to happen one time in the history of this company. And if you miss out on that because you didn't stretch a little bit in December to hit your 3,000 points, I promise you, you're going to look back with regret on that. And the pain of regret is very difficult to deal with. It's something that you can't change. So don't mess around with it. 3,000 at a minimum, a very minimum this month. Normally we talk about 2,500 points being the minimum, but this month you got to stretch it to 3,000. You have to. If you need to pick up a program or two, I mean, hey, it's January, it's New Year's resolutions. By the way, I'm not telling anybody to do that, but I'm just asking you to take a look at the deal. You know in January, your retail business is going to be better than it's ever been, right? It's by far the largest month. All months are great, but January is over the top. So you already know if you're picking up an extra program or two or whatever, no problem. It's going to turn into cash profit money for you in the month of January. So do what you got to do to get yourself to 3,000 and don't look back with the pain of regret thinking, wow, I wish I would have just stretched a little bit, had an opportunity to play in January and February to get this $5 billion commemorative medallion with Mark Hughes, a very special, special deal. And then beyond that, the cash. And I encourage you guys, I really think wherever you're at, and even if you're already on top right now, just close to one of the levels, you need to think about what can you do to get to the next level, especially when you're talking about the cash promotions, right? For 5,000 volume points, 125 cash on top of what you're already going to make from doing the business. If you hit 7,500 volume points, it's 250 bucks cash on top of the money you're already going to make. 10,000 points is 375, 12,500 points is going to be 425 bucks cash on top of what you're already going to make from doing the business. So take a look at where you're at right now. Like if you're at, if you've got the 3,000 handled and you're at 42, 4,600, seriously, you have to figure out a way, or I would coach you to, and hopefully your coaches and mentors and uplines agree. If not, no problem. I mean, you know, we'll defer to whatever they say. But I think that they would support me in this and coaching you guys to look at how to stretch a little bit, right? Not stretch if you're in 4,000, how to get to 10. I mean, if you can make it happen, then great. But really a reasonable stretch. If you're at 4,200 points, how are you going to get to 5,000 by close of business tomorrow? It has to happen. It's free money on the table. Any product that you happen to have on hand, if any, is going to get burned up through, no question about it, in January, February. So, you know, don't let that be an inhibitor. And then again, we don't want people investing a bunch of money in product. That's not the conversation here. The conversation is stretching a little bit to put yourself in a position to capitalize on the promotions, right? And we know the product, again, is going to fly out the door, as always, but especially in January, February. I mean, you literally have to hide in your, take off your button, hide in your closet, take everything Herbalife you got and put it somewhere and hide it, and people are still going to find you that they need product, because that's how it rolls in January with New Year's resolutions and all. So then, you know, if you're in the if you got the 5,000 done, and yeah, you're like a sigh of relief. Wow, all right, I qualified. I got the 3,000 points handled for my first cut of the medallion. I got 5,000 points. I'm going to get $125 dollars free cash in addition to the money I've made from doing the 5,000 in volume. Then I encourage you guys, work with your coach and mentor. What is the plan you can do in the next 36 hours to hit 7,500? Don't back off. Don't say, oh, okay, I got there. Woohoo, let me take a break. No, guys, you got to push. This is what makes the difference. This is how people get to the top of the marketing plan, because when it's all in, all said, all done, then they find a way to push a little bit harder, to stretch a little bit more, right? To talk to a few more people, make a few more phone calls, follow up with a few customers that maybe you missed following up with earlier in the month or earlier in the week, right? That might want to get a program or two, or certainly has a referral, a friend, a sister, a brother, a cousin that's ready to make a change and create a New Year's resolution, and they can get started on some products and get an ultimate program, which is 250, 300 points, whatever, with the extra powder and all the stuff, right? So, I mean, there's 300 points if you're on 42. I mean, if you're on a little over 5,000, there's 300 right there, right, to get you closer to 7,500. So, and for you guys that got clubs, this is a no-brainer, right? Because you know you're going to move through all of the product that you have on hand. We're all going to be clamoring to get our hands on more product in January, that's for sure. So take a look at where you're at. And I encourage you guys, wherever you're at, to really have a focus. The next 36 hours, 35 hours, whatever it is, 24 hours when you're watching this video, what is the focus you can do to push to the next level? Don't be satisfied, right? Don't be content with where you're at until the bell's rung, and the bell rings. I hope I said that right? Not proper English here, but whatever, until the bell rings, right? And the bell doesn't ring until midnight Pacific time, Tuesday night, January the 3rd. That's when the deal's over. That's when it's all in, all done, and you can't place any more orders, and you can't create any more volume points for the month of December. So, guys, pay attention to the qualifications. We know what they are. 5,000 points is a big one. 7,500, 10,000, and 12,500. Plus, how does that fit into your accumulations for the 3 months for the January Spectacular? So, So I just really wanted you guys to have some focus today on the next 36 hours, what you're looking for. Make your list of possibilities, of customers, of potential people you've talked to, people that said, call me after the first of the year, right? We've been getting that stuff for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Good. Today, it's after the first of the year. You need to be calling them people today. Don't wait till your Herbalife month is over, because those people might create business for you today that's going to move you closer, if you're at 5,000, to getting 7,500. If you're at 7,500, move you closer to the 10,000, and then ultimately maybe closer to the 12,500. So you can capitalize on everything that is on the table for you guys as you're building your business and moving up the marketing plan. So appreciate all you guys. This is going to be the most unbelievable, spectacular year in Herbalife. There's no doubt about it, for every one of you guys as individuals, and certainly for this company as well. And so I'm so excited about 2012, as I know all you guys are. But let's do it right. Let's close out December with all the oomph, all the strength, all the fortitude, all the everything that we got, right? And try to put ourselves in the very best position. And let's make Mark Hughes proud of our efforts here over the next 36 hours. Okay, guys, everybody have a tremendous new year, and I look forward to seeing all of you guys here around the country at various events, and certainly coming up at the Mark Hughes Summit, or at the summit, excuse me, the summit in Los Angeles here in March. So everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.